today's video, I want to just have a little talk on a level called Silent Acropolis. Silent Acropolis is a level by the Purgatory team, who have made a bunch of popular redecorations of a bunch of older levels. And Silent Acropolis by the Purgatory team is, you guessed it, a remake of Silent Acropolis. Was more just a redecorated version of it. Silent Acropolis was literally just a super buffed version of the normal Acropolis by Zobros, the Insane Demon, and the Purgatory version just wanted to completely overhaul that decoration, and instead of just being a copy-paste, make it something truly stunning, and I think they executed that perfectly. Personally, this is one of the Purgatory's best projects. The Purgatory tends to remake a lot of already really good and appreciated levels, which means that a lot of times people just end up thinking the Purgatory version looks bland in comparison, or it was just remaking the wrong level. This time they're remaking something that completely needed it, and so they can be super original with it and come up with their own ideas, and they went for this medieval castle kind of theme, and I think it looks super cool. The Purgatory knocked it out of the park. One of my favorite levels from them. I think I prefer Clock Tower, but this is still a close second. This is just amazing. And on October 19th, 2024, the Purgatory announced that Silent Acropolis was going into open verification because they just wanted to see this level get verified. And honestly, for most really hard, impossible levels that are going to be verified way into the future, a lot of time these end up going into open verification anyway to give everyone a shot and make a community effort to beat these kind of things. So it was kind of inevitable this is going to happen, but also really cool to see because it means we can see a bunch of people get progress on a level instead of just one. But by far the biggest progressor and the focus of today's video is Hover. Hover is a pro player who's done some really hard stuff. 3 months ago, he actually beat Nullscapes, and he also beat Silent Clubstep recently, 2 very, very hard levels. And as you can see, he has been progressing on Silent Acropolis quite a lot. He's been playing it for around 2.5 months, I believe. Because in this video, he said he spent 2 months, so I'm assuming it's around 2.5 months. And yeah, he's been going crazy. 6 hours ago, he posted a Silent Acropolis run, getting it in 2 runs of 62% and 35 to 100. He actually got this run 3 days ago, and I'm assuming he privates any live stream where he doesn't get progress on the level, because as you can see, this is stream 8 and this is stream 12 of Silent Acropolis. They're both the ones where he got his new best runs, so I'm assuming that's the case. However, yeah, he actually did this 3 days ago, and I believe I covered him in one of my videos that I grouped together a bunch of progress and talked about it. However, I think that today it's rightfully due to actually cover this guy specifically. He did this after 67,000 attempts, which honestly for a level this hard isn't that much. And I think the interesting thing about this level is obviously before it was estimated to be top 1, but as the years have progressed, it's now probably around top 5. And as you can see, Hover does list this as a top 5 verification. As you can see, each of these both say top 5. However, he now is starting to believe that it could be harder now. And there is evidence to back this up. This is a Discord server that he's in called Silent Acropolis. I hope that's how you say it. And this is to show progress on a level called Eviscerate, and our focus, Silent Acropolis. As you can see, Hover has been showcasing his runs here. But as you can see, there is a channel called Level Changes and Updates. And if we look here, we can see that Hover has been changing some of the parts in Silent Acropolis. The version that we originally got showcased is actually an easier version now. As you can see, these are buffs. These spikes have been raised a bit. This saw has been moved over here to make that tighter. There's this clip here, where as you can see, that is a lot more tight. That is a crazy timing there. And this spike has been shortened to make that harder jump. It's all buffs by looks of things, and actually there's so many changes that he wants to probably make a video showcasing them all. So if we see that soon, then that's going to be interesting, because it means this could not be top 5, it could actually be harder. You also have to keep in mind that the version of Silent Acropolis that isn't decorated is not just easier because, you know, it's easier now because Hover's made some buffs, but it's the fact that the decoration greatly obstructs your vision in the decorated Silent Acropolis. Here is Septagon playing the original Silent Acropolis. He actually got 66%, I believe. Yep, here, Silent Acropolis, world record 66%. and this was really impressive. However, as you can see, it's on the original level, and it literally is just a 1.9 Silent Acropolis in terms of decoration, so there isn't really anything obstructing you. However, Silent Acropolis has got a bunch of stuff going on. It's got a super realistic decoration style. Well, not super realistic, but a semi-realistic, I would say. And it means that it's a lot harder to tell where the hitboxes are, and it's just more stuff obstructing your vision. So it is just a lot harder, and consequentially just makes the level more difficult. Now, if I want to guess where this is going to place, I don't actually really know. It was listed as a top 5 before, and that was before Orbit, so this could be as low as 6. However, since it has been buffed, and it was listed as top 5 before, I do believe it's going to be at least harder than Orbit, which makes it number 5. And also, the top 5 listing on Hover's titles on his videos is kind of to show that it was around tidal wave difficulty, because I think that's what the estimate that all the potential verifiers have given. I think they all kind of agree it's around tidal wave difficulty, but no one knows if it's harder or easier. But if it's been buffed now, then it's probably more confident to say it's above tidal wave than below. So this could be a top 4. Obviously, once we get into the top 1 to 3, it's a lot more iffy, because those levels could honestly be interchanged themselves, at least according to most players, so it's kind of hard to lump Silent Acropolis into that. Now, yes, I'm well aware that Hover is a great player. As you can see, he verifies and becomes first victor of a bunch of stuff, and he also just plays really hard levels, right? He plays Old Death Corridor 47%, I think that might actually still be the world record now. I don't actually know. Yeah, he beats a bunch of hard stuff, so I'm not saying he's a bad player at all, but the fact that he spent under 70k to get this good of runs on a level makes me kind of think that it's probably not at the level of the top 1 to 3 currently, but I think we can have a confident argument on if this is harder than Tidal Wave or not. Again, but also you have to keep into consideration, Hover is pretty much the only person who can talk well enough on the decorated version of Silent Acropolis, and even if we include the original, we don't have too many difficulty estimates for this level, compared to Tidal Wave, which we've been seeing a ton of victors recently, and every single victor's pretty much said, yep, it's exactly where it should be on the list, so we're very confident with Tidal Wave's difficulty, not so much with this level, especially since it focuses, if you don't count the last wave, it focuses a lot on just timings and ship control, which a lot of recent levels don't necessarily do. Like Flame Wall is just length. We have Thicket Space 2 is wave, pretty much. Amethyst is wave, Tidal Wave is wave. The closest thing to this level is actually probably like Heliopolis, which it again is top 1 by far, so that doesn't really help us at all. But yeah, still, this is a really impressive achievement by Hover. I don't know why I'm not subscribed. I'll subscribe. I'm followed to him on Twitter as well, I believe. This guy is really cracked at the game. Go support him. Looking at this post, the Eviscerate thing I was talking about in that Discord server is actually, he's having a race to verify his level before a player called Surplex or Surplifrex. I suck at naming, I'm sorry. But yeah, they're racing, so if you want to check out that and support Hover, then also join the Discord. It's going to be there. Type that out. I'm not going to drag this out anymore because there isn't really much to talk about, but thanks for watching all the way through. Again, support Hover, and yeah, peace.